Social media erupted after leaked clips from 50 Cent's upcoming documentary about T began circulating online. The footage is already creating major tension around the Harris family. In the clips gaining traction, T's wife, Tamika "Tiny" Harris, appears visibly emotional while reacting to moments that could put the rapper in a very difficult spotlight. In this report, we're breaking down the most surprising scenes, what the leaked footage seems to show, and why many believe this situation could turn into one of the most dramatic moments in T's public life. From emotional reactions to potential legal and public pressure, the documentary is already drawing intense attention toward the Harris family. On March 5, 2026, 50 Cent addressed rumors suggesting he might be involved in a documentary connected to Tia and Tamika "Tiny" Harris, along with the allegations that have followed them in recent years. That Thursday morning, the rapper and producer shared a screenshot of an article claiming he was developing a project tentatively titled Surviving T.I. and Tiny. Reports suggested the documentary would examine accusations and controversies that several women have publicly spoken about involving the well-known couple over the past few years. In the caption of his post, 50 Cent also referenced another documentary series he executive produced about Sean Diddy Combs, titled The Fall of Diddy, also referred to as The Reckoning. In the post, 50 Cent made a pointed remark while referencing the documentary series about Sean Diddy Combs that he helped produce, Sean Combs, The Reckoning. He wrote something along the lines of reminding people how quiet he became before the Diddy documentary was released. He added that some people thought the project would never happen and suggested the situation might disrupt T.I.'s promotional plans. He also hinted that difficult questions about numerous allegations could start surfacing, suggesting that professional crisis management might be needed. The message carried several layers. First, 50 Cent's role as executive producer on the documentary about Diddy gave weight to his statement. The series examined the music mogul's life and career while also addressing the wave of lawsuits and accusations that later surrounded him. By mentioning how quiet he became before that project came out, 50 Cent appeared to be implying that a similar situation of intense public attention could eventually surround T.I. He also referenced T's current promotional run, which ties into the rollout of the rapper's upcoming final album, Kill the King. At the same time, T's single Let Him Know has already become one of the early breakout tracks of 2026, gaining major traction across platforms and urban radio stations. The underlying warning seemed clear. The strong momentum around the album campaign could quickly shift if a major documentary project or new allegations suddenly dominate headlines. Finally, the reference to numerous assault allegations connects to a screenshot 50 Cent reportedly shared online. The headline suggested a possible documentary project focusing on a high-profile couple who have faced accusations from multiple women over the past several years, further fueling speculation about what such a project might reveal. This situation connects to the allegations that have followed Tia and Tamika "Tiny" Harris since 2021, details we'll explore later. Not long after it appeared, the Instagram post from 50 Cent was quickly deleted. However, as reported by Ice Cream Convos, screenshots had already spread across social media. And that's the reality with 50 Cent's online activity. Even if a post disappears, the internet keeps the receipts. Some observers believe the message may simply be another example of 50 Cent stirring conversation online. Still, the comments carried weight, especially coming from someone who recently helped produce a high-profile documentary about a figure he has openly criticized. At this stage, it remains uncertain whether a documentary about T.I. and Tiny is actually moving forward, but 50 Cent has a long history of dropping hints that quickly generate attention and speculation. Others have added to the growing rumors. Online chatter and unverified claims continue circulating, including a recent statement from blogger Tasha K involving T's wife, Tamika "Tiny" Harris. She posted that she had spoken with alleged sources who claimed connections to 50 Cent's team. According to her tweet, the rapper might be developing a documentary focusing on the Georgia couple and accusations involving drugging and assault. However, there has been no official confirmation from either side, and no reliable evidence supporting the claim. It's also worth noting that Tasha K previously faced legal consequences after losing a defamation lawsuit to Cardi B, though that hasn't stopped online speculation from spreading. The renewed discussion has brought attention back to past allegations involving the couple, including claims of assault, drugging, forced drug use, and kidnapping reportedly dating from 2005 to 2015. As for T's reaction, the Atlanta rapper has not responded to the criticism through music so far, but he has reportedly brushed off the documentary rumors and dismissed the threats publicly. "We can go bar for bar, hit for hit, or documentary for documentary," 50 Cent wrote on Instagram, clearly throwing a jab at T.I. In response, T.I. has continued to deny the accusations against him, suggesting that talk of a documentary is more about generating attention than seeking real accountability. To T.O. understand how this tension escalated, it helps to look back at where their rivalry began. The friction between the two rappers dates back to 2006, when both were at the peak of their influence in hip-hop. During the mid-2000s, 50 Cent dominated mainstream rap with the success of his album Get Rich or Die Trying, while T.I. was helping define Atlanta's trap sound with projects like Urban Legend at the time. Their rivalry reflected a larger regional clash in hip-hop, New York versus Atlanta, more than a traditional diss track battle. 50 Cent led the powerful G-Unit Collective, while T.I. had firmly established himself as the self-proclaimed King of the South. Signs of tension started appearing through competitive comments and subtle jabs in interviews and media appearances. The situation intensified around 2007 when 50 Cent made public remarks about T's past, which sparked back-and-forth comments between the two artists. Over the years, the rivalry continued to simmer, occasionally resurfacing in interviews and social media discussions. The situation gained renewed attention in 2020 when the livestream battle platform Versus became a cultural sensation. Conversations about a potential Versus matchup between 50 Cent and T.I. circulated widely, briefly bringing their long-running rivalry back into the spotlight, though the battle ultimately never happened. T publicly challenged 50 Cent to a 20-song showdown tied to his 45th birthday, presenting it as a major regional face-off. 50 responded on Instagram by brushing the idea off as playful talk, and the battle never materialized. Still, the exchange kept the rivalry alive. In 2021, T.I. raised the idea again during the Atlanta premiere of BMF, pushing for the matchup in front of a hometown audience to BY 2026. The tension between the two resurfaced once again. The situation heated up in early February 2026 when T.I. appeared on the Nightcap podcast. During the conversation, he claimed the two had privately discussed a possible Versus battle, but that 50 later acted like the conversation never happened. According to T.I., 50 initially agreed to go track for track but publicly acted surprised once T.I. mentioned the idea that on February 22, during an appearance on $1 Million Worth of Game, T.I. said he had lost interest in ever sharing a stage for that kind of matchup. To by that point, the rivalry had started to feel more personal. 50 Cent escalated things by posting photos of T's family on Instagram, including his wife Tamika Tiny Harris and their son King Harris. One post carried a caption telling T.I. to keep his name out of his mouth, while another used a meme referencing Tiny and King. The posts appeared designed to provoke a reaction, shifting the conflict beyond music and touching on T's role not just as an artist, but also as a husband and father. That approach is typical of 50 Cent. Target what matters most to your opponent and push for a strong reaction. And a reaction came quickly. Within hours, King Harris stepped into the conflict with a heated Instagram live rant aimed directly at 50 Cent. During the stream, he also referenced 50's late mother, Sabrina Jackson, who passed away in a house fire in 1983. King Harris, the 21-year-old son of T.A., responded after 50 posted an unflattering photo of his mother, Tamika Tiny Harris. In a profanity-filled rant, King told 50 Cent to post a picture of his mother's grave instead of mentioning his own. He later shared images on Instagram referencing 50's late mother, including a photo of a tombstone accompanied by a caption questioning where his mother was buried. The conflict didn't stop there. On February 24, King took more shots at 50 Cent through music, releasing a track titled Made Man, where he criticized the mogul for disrespecting his mother and made it clear he wouldn't tolerate the insults. King wasn't the only member of the family to respond. T's other son, Domani Harris, also joined the dispute through music. He released 2 diss tracks aimed at 50 Cent, including one that sampled Ms. Jackson by Outkast. The situation quickly turned into a family-wide response, with King and Domani eventually dropping several diss tracks combined. Throughout February, the very public exchange dominated social media timelines. The Harris family, T.I., Domani, and King, released a series of diss songs directed at 50 Cent. T.I. himself fired back with multiple tracks in quick succession, with the right one gaining the most attention. Songs such as War, Lessons, and What Bully also featured sharp lyrical responses aimed at his longtime rival. Throughout the entire back and forth, 50 Cent hasn't responded with a diss track. Instead, he's leaned heavily on social media, especially Instagram, reposting clips tied to T.I.'s past legal controversies, sharing photos of Tamika Tiny Harris, and firing off meme-style commentary. In one post, he joked that he didn't need to respond through music, implying others were simply looking for attention. He even posted a mock award labeled with an offensive certificate, joking that older rappers still trying to battle rap deserved it. In the caption, he sarcastically added that he didn't need to rap, suggesting that his rivals needed him to point. 50 Cent also brushed off comments made by King Harris about his late mother, Sabrina Jackson, using a popular cartoon frog meme captioned "LOL." But the situation quickly escalated. King went live on social media with an angry rant where he insulted 50 Cent's mother, who passed away when the rapper was just 8 years old. He later appeared wearing a t-shirt featuring Sabrina Jackson's image, something that even T.I. admitted crossed a serious line. At that point, T.I. felt the need to step in. During an interview on the Ebro in the Morning with hosts including Laura Stilez, he reflected on the way his sons had entered the feud with 50 Cent. After 50 mocked the Harris family online by posting a picture of Tiny, T.I. explained that he wasn't happy with how far things had gone. He said he had spent years trying to guide his son away from conflict, but the situation gave him a reason to react emotionally. T.I. specifically addressed the moment he saw King wearing the shirt featuring 50 Cent's late mother, explaining that was when he stepped in and told him it had gone far enough. Even with the controversy surrounding the feud, T.I. said he understood why his sons reacted so strongly. He acknowledged that they were defending their mother and showed pride in their loyalty, while also making it clear that there are limits to how far the conflict should go. T.I. has said he feels proud knowing the women and children in his family have men willing to stand up for them. Speaking about the situation, he emphasized that his role is to defend and protect what belongs to his family. At the same time, Tamika Tiny Harris has stayed publicly silent about both the tension involving her son King Harris and the ongoing feud with 50 Cent, a noticeable contrast considering how active the rest of the family has been on social media. Attention has also returned to the allegations that many believe are being referenced in discussions about a potential documentary. Those accusations first gained widespread attention in 2021. Sabrina Peterson, an Atlanta-based entrepreneur, publicly accused T.I. of threatening her during an encounter back in 2009. Soon after her claim surfaced, several other individuals began sharing allegations involving intimidation and misconduct connected to incidents that reportedly occurred in both California and Georgia.